Hi everybody and welcome to this BK Academy tutorial video on Bankroll Management, part of a series of videos on the channel with loads of tips and ideas to help you improve your game. Plenty of resources there, so do check them out. Link in the video description down below for the complete playlist. Before we get started, please do hit thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. It is totally free to do so. Hit the bell button so you get notified when we upload new videos or go live. Money, money, money must be funny in the rich man's world, so ABBA sang about in the 70s. Well, let me tell you, it's not funny if you run out of money playing Golf Clash. So this video is all about bankroll management. Can I give you some tips, regardless of what tour you're playing, of how much you actually need in your Golf Clash coin bank to effectively and safely progress through the tours. Now I'm going to start by looking at the first 7 tours in tour play, and it's a general rule that I have and I always recommend to people. I'm going to put a chart up on screen now, is that you should have 10 times the entry fee for the tour you're playing. This is something I would apply going up to and including tour 7. So here you can see the tour number, the left-hand column, then followed by the number of coins it costs to play one game in that tour. So for tour 3, 800 coins. For tour 4, 3,000 coins. Now my recommendation is to have 10 times the entry fee, so 10 buy-ins for that tour. So if you're playing tour 4, I would not be doing that really unless you have 30,000 in the bank. So you can use that chart. General rule of thumb there for the first 7 tours, well, for 2 to 7 at least, is to have 10 times the entry fee. Now, as you get beyond tour 7, of course, you're going to be facing tougher opponents, and the situations you're playing in are going to be more difficult as well. You'll have more wind to deal with, tougher courses, and as you move into the higher tours, you'll be on the back tee. So a slight change in strategy here. So tour 8, I start to increase my suggestions of the number of buy-ins. I would go up to 15 on tour 8, so 4.5 million before you should be playing tour 8. And then when we go up to tour 9 and 10, my recommendation is 30 times the buy-in. And that's because, as I said, it's going to get tougher. You're going to notice a little step up of difficulty in the opponents, and you don't want to be putting too much pressure on yourself. So for me, my recommendation is 30 times for 9 and 10. Now the final 3 tours, of course, at this point your tournament winnings should be assisting with your bankroll. So it may seem like a lot of coins, but the more tournaments you're playing and hopefully doing well in, you will build up a nice amount of bankroll. For tour 11, I've put 50 times the buy-in here, so 500 million. But for me, I actually waited until I got to 700 million. So when you're getting to 10 and 11 and upwards, it really is personal preference. But don't put undue pressure on yourself. For 12 and 13, I've left that open. Really, it's as much as you feel comfortable with. Believe me, there's nothing worse, though, than panicking about losing an entry fee if you are low on bankroll. So, especially when you're getting above tour 8, proceed with caution and make sure you know what you feel most comfortable with. Now to finish here, I'm going to give you my top 5 tips for tour play and bankroll management. So here we go. 1. Coins from friends. Not everybody does use Facebook, but if you do have an account and you want to link it up to Facebook, then do so, because if you are friends with loads of other people on Facebook that play the game, you can send each other coins. And this is a brilliant way of building your bankroll, particularly if you are quite new. So join the Facebook groups. We do have our own one, BK Golf Clash, loads of people there that will help you and be able to send you a decent amount of coins. And you can get a great amount really in a short space of time if you have plenty of friends. Number 2, the 3-loss rule, particularly when you are in a new tour. If you have just stepped up, if you lose 3 games and you drop to 7 buy-ins rather than 10, then I would suggest you go back down to the previous tour and win with your max trophy level at that tour to build your bankroll back up. The same rule can be extended if you are even familiar with a tour. If you are on a losing streak and you lose 3 in a row, it's always a good idea but it's incredibly difficult to put the game down if you're feeling frustrated, but it is better in the long run. There's nothing worse than a losing streak. Number 3, look at new courses. If you are stepping up into a new tour, or if they've reshuffled the courses, then check them out. We have BK course guides up on the channel homepage with the overviews and suggested elevations. Do your homework on them. Work out what your strategies are going to be and what elevations you might want to use when playing the holes. Number 4, very important, especially when you're Tour 8 and above. Learn the shootouts. It is commonly known that 80% of tour play games will go to shootout in general, especially the higher end of the tours. So learn the shootouts. It is vitally important, especially when you're in Tour 8 and 9 and above. And number 5, don't rush. If you've finished a tour, don't go and play 20 games in a row in the new tour, especially if you haven't done your homework, because chances are you're going to lose a lot of coins. So just dip your toe into the water. Play 1 or 2 games. If you feel it's not going that well, then drop down, have a break, and then come back to it. So just learn it steadily. Don't plunge in head first into a completely new tour. Thank you everybody for watching this video on bankroll management. If you have any further tips and ideas, leave a comment in the section down below. Everybody has some different ideas of what is a good level of bankroll to have for tours, so do contribute as well. Let's start a good discussion going so we can get loads more ideas on the table as well. Please do check out the other videos on the playlist, and above all, enjoy your games and good luck out there, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.